Is AI becoming conscious? And if it does, what does that mean for the rest of us? Hello there, you 5.7 million awakening wonders. Thank you for joining me on this voyage towards truth. Turn on the notification bell right now before your computer replaces you. The algorithm's already doing the job of your heart and lungs. In this brilliant video, I had a conversation with Bernardo Kastrup, a philosopher who formerly worked at CERN, who talked to us about AI, something he knows a lot about because he's built computers in his life. Here, he talks about how the possibilities of synthesis are limited, that AI can never replace the great mystery of consciousness, being more a creator and generator of intelligent patterns. But you maybe don't agree with Bernardo, so stay to the end of the video, comment below and tell us what you think.
Do you think it's possible, as has been recently reported, that Google have created a sentient AI entity? If this is the primary phenomena or the primary, gosh, I can't even, it's weird, isn't it? Because material and mother and substance, these words are already biased in the direction of materialism. If the primary phenomena of our reality is mind, then what does that mean, as you just alluded to in your previous answer, if we can create consciousness, and is it plausible and possible, and where do you think we are in that project?
I don't think we can create consciousness. I think consciousness is the foundational level of reality. Consciousness as a field is that within which everything else is created as particular experiences. Notice that to say that everything is in consciousness doesn't imply that everything is conscious in and of itself. So to say that this water bottle exists in consciousness doesn't entail or imply that it has its own conscious point of view into the world. It exists in consciousness, but it is not conscious in and of itself. In other words, it doesn't have its own private conscious inner life. I don't think we can create private conscious inner life in a silicon substrate. So I don't think the Google AI is sentient at all. It exists in sentience, but it is not sentient in and of itself. It doesn't have its own private stream of experiences. Why do I say that? Because nature is telling us everywhere that the measurable process that seems to reliably correlate with private conscious inner life is what we call life, metabolism. Protein folding, DNA transcription, all that warm, moist, warm stuff. That seems to be what dissociative processes in the mind of nature, in other words, processes that have a private conscious inner life. Life is what these dissociative processes look like. That's what nature's telling us all over the place. I think my cat's conscious because his behavior betrays consciousness. It's similar to mine in some ways. And it is a metabolizing organism just like I am. It may be completely different from me at the surface, but if you look deeper, you will find, protein folding, transcription, ATP burning, all that good stuff of metabolism. So we have good reasons to think a cat is conscious in and of itself. A computer, a silicon device, and I speak with authority because I do have a doctorate in computer engineering and AI. A computer does not metabolize. It's something completely different. So it's entirely arbitrary to project our own conscious inner life on a computer. It does not have any tenable empirical basis. Can I, with certainty, discard that hypothesis that a computer can become conscious in and of itself? I cannot, but I cannot with certainty discard the hypothesis that there is a teapot in the orbit of Saturn. There are I cannot discard with certainty the hypothesis of the flying spaghetti monster. There are a great many things that are nonsensical and that I cannot with certainty refute. That's not the important question. The important question is, what do we have reasons to believe? Do we have reasons to believe that a computer, a silicon computer, is conscious in and of itself? I would say none. Computers simulate consciousness. But you see, I can simulate kidney function on my computer right now accurately down to the molecular level. That doesn't mean that my computer will pee on my desk because a simulation is not the thing simulated. So when people say, if I simulate human intelligence in a computer, the computer is conscious, what we are saying is that if you simulate kidney function, the computer will pee on your desk. It's just as gratuitous, arbitrary, and frankly absurd.
Do you think that the appetite to believe and the faith that it is possible is in itself an expression of the devotion to materialism that is inhered within us?
The impulse to find meaning and transcendence is human. It's encoded in all of us, even materialist atheists. And what you find is when you close yourself to the unknown, in other words, to the possibility of transcendence, to all those aspects of reality that we didn't evolve to pick out from the background of stuff. What then happens is that religious impulse, let's put it that way, that spiritual impulse to find transcendence expresses itself in absurd ways. So that's why you get, for instance, the religion of transhumanism, the idea that we can create a material God that will solve all of our problems and give us complete power by proxy over nature. And I lost the train of my thought now.
You're saying that the search for meaning seems to be like unavoidable, and that it's that potentially this quest for AI is an expression.
Yeah, so sure. And what you see, Freud talked about penis envy on the side of women, that women didn't have that extra appendage in the body that men had, and they were secretly envious of that. There is such a thing, I think, and I'm saying this only partly tongue-in-cheek. There is womb envy. And that's men who do not have a womb and cannot bring new life into the world by themselves. And they would like to. And what they do then is they entertain the fantasy that they can create a conscious being and bring that conscious being into the world in the form of silicon AI. That's also, this search for the ability to bring meaning into the world in the form of new life. It's womb envy, you could say, in the same way that transhumanism is a sort of a distorted expression of the religious impulse that becomes ludicrous then.
Well, did you enjoy that conversation with Bernardo Kastrup? What fascinates me about this man is he believes that idealism, as opposed to materialism, ought to be the defining philosophy of our time, i.e. there are aspects of our reality that cannot be measured. There will be other videos about that, and I want you to watch them. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this. Give the video a thumbs up, turn on the notification bell, because we make videos every single day, and what if the algorithm has gone intelligent and turned against us? What if Bernardo's wrong? What if this monster's got us right where it hurts? If you enjoyed this video, please watch either of these. Sign up to our mailing list so you can hear about the live events that we're doing both in the online space and in reality, and so we can tell you about the crazy moves we're making. More important than any of that though, please stay free.